Radiant Sunday Worldwide World. That is the WHIRL wide world. Those of us who are with intention, whirling and swirling and twirling into a beautiful new age, new epoch, new chapter, new page, who are being mindfully creative of that reality that we occupy and are lending our energy, frequency, and vibration, our gift, our intention, everything that we came here to do and to change, leaning into that God spark and into the divine feminine and the divine ma'at, that balancing energy, leaning into it because we are changing things. My name is Letitia Lovely, and I am the host of Lovely Life TV, where we focus on those things that make a lovely life and how often what we hear, as I light some frankincense and myrrh, often what we hear or are kind of told is what is lovely and what is successful and what is great is are often material things. And okay, no shade if that's how you want to roll. However, the deeper we go into this beautiful new age, this golden light, this golden time of day. Shout out to Maze. As we go into this golden time of day, we realize that the things that are beautiful and successful and valuable and luxurious and amazing and worth dying for has nothing to do with material things. Sending love your way, beautiful people, beautiful family. If for some reason you just happened upon my channel and clicked on the link for just this moment that you and I can be in sync, I am grateful. I am grateful. There are no accidents or mundane incidents. Everything is in divine order. So if you are here, it is to receive some of my love and light. This universal love, love of all types, is permeating the universe right now. And with that being said, shout out to my Urban X family. Shout out to Urban X TV. That's the Black Dot, Dwayne Bowser, formerly known as the Black Dot, his son Malcolm, and the spark, the battery, the electricity beneath it all, inside of it all, making it all happen, Mama Dot, Latanya. Love you guys to life. We had a beautiful build today, you guys. If you are not a part of, if you haven't heard of Urban X TV, I will put their link in the description. And part of their membership, they have a membership that's just $10 a month. And part of that membership is this weekly meetup. And I can't even explain it, really. It's just where we get together offline, as it were, or off of social media to be able to just be together, right? To be able to support each other, encourage each other, listen to each other, celebrate together, mourn together. Like it's just a beautiful, beautiful group and family that I cannot describe. You have to be there. If you know, you know. But we had a beautiful build today that involved love, and specifically that involved the music and the magic and the manifestive qualities of melanated love, the so-called black man, black woman, black child, and that magic. So shout out to the Urban X meetup, weekly meetup that just really just helped. And it just started my day in such a fantastic way. And I also want to shout out my niece Alexis, who was baptized today. And even in recognizing her journey, guys, that was a beautiful moment of allowing and growth and non-judgment and just being for me because I came through and out of that religious cycle. I mean, the frankincense is just creating the magic, right? But I came through that same paradigm of religion and being baptized. And while there was a part of me that wanted to go into where I am now uh and I have to some extent because she and I, talk about spirituality and experience and religion and things like that. And she knows who I am and I've shared with her. However, the beauty is allowing her to be who she is at this age, the Gen Zers. She's 20 something and just being happy for her and the decisions that she's made on her own. So the baptism was held was streamed. So we were able to watch it and to celebrate with her. So shout out to Alexis. And it's all about, like, coincidentally enough, which is simply the Most High, the Divine Being Anonymous, giving us a little wink and letting us know that we are the I am. This build that is not even going to be that long, guys, is all about this season. And this is a season with the new moon coming in Aries on Friday, on April 17th, which was also my daddy's birthday. So shout out to daddy. I'm shouting it all out on this very quick build that I'm doing. But what came in with that new moon being in Aries and Aries being the first sign of the zodiac and our being in a series, and we're going to have this happen all year where everything resets. Everything resets from that epoch of 26,000 years ago to the 12,000 year ago, quote, timeline, if you will, to the 2600 year timeline that is every zodiac sign coming out of Pisces and coming into Aquarius, to that which happens down to every year, every 33 years, every year, to that which happens every day and every moment, which is being in a new beginning. So, lovelies, I just had to do a reset. I was not going to include this experience, but it's actually the epitome of what I'm talking about today, where every day, every hour, every moment, every second, we get the opportunity, we get the choice to reset our lives, to write a new chapter, to turn the page, to change our mind, to change our direction, to turn around, to begin again, to make a different choice. We all, at any given moment, get the opportunity to take advantage of our alchemic and co-creative powers on how our lives look. So what just happened was y'all know I'm a caregiver. Stay tuned for more information on that and our own special Cosmic Caregiver Corner. That's all coming up. But anyway, I'm a caregiver, right? And so I was interrupted as Mama called needing some assistance. And so, handled that. And then I came back on and I did an absolutely beautiful build of this new beginning energy that we're in, right? With the new moon coming in on Friday, coming in Aries, which is the verse sign, and how we're also in this beautiful cyclical cycle where everything is being reset, all of the timelines that are being reset, such as they are, because time is an illusion and the only thing constant is change, which is why we're constantly changing. And if you choose to constantly change, that, in my opinion, is the best experience in this avatar. But I was going into all of this deep download of how that is impacting our lives right now. And it was not recorded. After I came back from taking care of what mama needed and started again, I did not record it. So I was perturbed for a moment. I was perturbed for a moment, but then I took a couple of deep breaths and decided to reset. I decided to reset. So, without trying to recreate what cannot be recreated, I will just say that this build is about, and I'm going to make two from what all is coming up in me to talk about, because one is a continuation of my video that I dropped just recently on why I will not be watching, supporting, or in any way lending energy, intentional energy to the success of the Michael Jackson movie. That is very much aligned with what's going on now with this new moon and this new age. Again, this new moon is a continuation. This new moon in Aries is a continuation of the reset of the 33-year reset in Aries, where Neptune and Saturn were conjunct. And I believe that was February 17th, sometime in February. And I think I did a build on that. I can't even remember. I may not have done a build online, but I definitely did a build, with the family. On the significance that of the entire zodiac resetting, which only happens every 30 some years, and then there's a reset of what only happens every 2,500 years, and then a reset of that which only happens every 5,000 years, all the way back to every 26,000 years, an entire epoch resetting. So I cannot overstate the significance of the time we're in. And every time we get a micro of the macro, meaning this new moon now set in Aries as the bigger cyclical natures are being reset at the beginning as well, the significance cannot be overstated, and the importance of it and the power that we have within this season to reset our lives, and why there is so much going on in the matrix to try a reset that is not going to work. So now I can say, now this is one thing that's coming out of me having to redo it, because my whole point and invitation for you to consider while looking at this video is everyone is resetting, right? Everyone is resetting. We get to choose whether or not we are resetting organically or inorganically, in divine order with nature, or inorganically through technology. Most people will make the choice without even knowing they had one. And that is where the next video, where I go into the metaphysical timing of the Michael Jackson movie release, most people will participate in some resetting that they don't even know they're participating in. This is a reset, of course, of new beginnings, as all new moons are. However, the intensity with which we can make bold moves and bold acclamations, no, bold exclamations and affirmations. I was trying to get my H's in. Like, what's my H's that I'm trying to work out here? Proclamations, all the Asians. This is such a powerful time to be able to lay those bricks down and actually be able to stand on them. And we want to make sure that we're laying down those bricks in nature, in a natural setting, in an organic setting, in alignment with divine order and the Most High, with Divine Mother, Father, with Ma'at. We want to make sure that we're in the flow and not going against the flow, that we are epitomizing the energy of the Christ, which is an enlightened point of view. That's what we want to make sure that we're doing, because the Matrix is doing everything that it can to capture those who do not know that a choice is being made in a technologically driven reset. Now, it's not going to work. Let's be clear on that. It's not going to work. However, those of us who are light working and light wielding are wanting to make sure and sound the drum and ring the siren, much like the siren was rung when the tornado came down our street the other night, or came down the main drag of where I live, and they were sounding the siren so that even if you weren't on your phone, even if you weren't near a television, you knew that something was up. Well, that's all that people like me are doing, are making sure that whether or not you watch me all the time, or whether you've even heard of me, or whether you don't even hear this, but somebody else hears it that then tells you about it, we're sounding the alarm so that even if you're not plugged in, there's a way for you to get the message that this is a season where resetting is taking place. And how it can be used in a way that you do not intend is the Michael Jackson movie is a wonderful for instance, because this movie is set to try to replicate that which cannot be duplicated, and to take the energy of that archetype that Michael was and is, and use that power to fuel, to try to they're sputtering on their last breath, but they have the audacity and the unmitigated gall, yet it is not surprising because this is what they do: steal, kill, and destroy. But literally to take the energy and put it towards their own nefarious, inorganic, low vibrational, disunified means, dark, fake, um, artificial agendas. So very quickly, bold actions and personal transformation. And this is where you and I can tap into what is going on right now, is by continuing the work that we started at the Spring Equinox Sunday Summit. And I am still, that's what's going to be my last show next Sunday, is the excerpts from the Spring Equinox Sunday Summit. I have not forgotten, for those of you who are waiting to hear the excerpts from the first half, as the second and third portions, which are Holly Stephens, or Holly Freeman's. Oh my gosh, I've known Holly from Stephens to Freeman, but she's been a Freeman forever, so I don't know why I'm doing that. But from Holly Freeman's um quantum imaging, that video is up. And then the one and only melanated maestro of meditation, Miles, also known as I Am Yogi G, he was the second portion, or the third. It was a three-part series, and I did the second and the third parts first. So I'm going to get that first part in next week. But we started this journey of new in earnest in a different way with that spring equinox, and it's continuing. And personal transformation is one of those things, and we are continuing to do those things that are impactful with our continuing to transform, continuing to evolve. We're never done. If you're done, you're enlightened and you're getting ready to head on into another adventure. You know what I'm saying? So continuing to improve and to shed that which is no longer needed, to shed that which is no longer beneficiary, to embrace that which is helping us to elevate further, to attract that which is going to help us learn the lessons we need to learn, and just continue to play this beautiful game in this video that we're in with these amazing avatars, right? So that's what we want to pay attention to. And this, just very quickly, because again, if you haven't, please hit the subscribe button, because in a day or two, I'm going to drop the metaphysical, the timeline, the metaphysical timeline of why this particular day of seeing the Michael Jackson movie is setting you in one, is helping you with one or another reset. You're either helping with the organic reset, or you're contributing to an inorganic reset without even knowing it. I'm going to drop that video in a couple of days. However, just to give you a little bit of what this is going to be about, the Michael energy. And that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about, we have to go beyond, as my friend Dot says, uh straight minds, no, linear minds thinking straight lines, right? Linear minds thinking straight lines, but we are multidimensional beings, so we can't only look at things from such a literal point of view. Michael Jackson is the epitome of an archetype, of an energetic imprint into the earth, which is why he was bigger than his avatar. It holds a profound spiritual significance centered around protection, truth, and divine strength. The name means who is like the Most High. So, how dare those who are no thing like the divinity, but have in every corner of the globe inverted that divinity? How dare they try to take that energy of protection, of divine strength, and use it for their own gain? That is what bringing all of this energy on that God spark archetype is doing. But it's not going to work because call me Davida. You know the story of David? David had 5 stones and knocked out Goliath. Well, I'm a 5 lifeline. I'm a 5. My life number is 5. So those are my 5 stones. All I'm gonna say, I got 5. I got 5 on it, on the guarantee that no plan against the divine, no plan, and as if I even have to do it, I don't have anything to do with it. The divine can hold the divine's own. Okay. The Most High is the Most High for a reason. Listen, it's just the alignment. My word for 2026 is alignment, and to be aligned with the divine. So I'm only and simply aligning with the energy of the divine, would which is turning its nose up at the notion of taking this divine energy to try to take organic divine energy and try to use it in an inorganic official reset. The nerve. The nerve. So, with that being said, please have courage and strength to stand. If you must go see it, just wait a month. They're going to stream it. Look, they're going to stream it with a quickness. Hold your power. Hold your power on the 24th and turn your energy. If you're going to turn it on Michael, do it just on his organic music, not streaming it. Go to somebody who has the record, who has the CD. This is all energy, guys. This is all spirit. This is a spiritual thing. This is a spiritual move here, spiritual chess, not checkers. You understand me? Hold on to your power and give that energy that would be used to help an inorganic reset, help it reset the organic reset by pulling out your CDs, pulling out your albums, and listening to the organic, authentic Michael Jackson, and type into that frequency, that 432 megahertz frequency that was and is him. Go back to the Jackson 5. Go back to the Jackson 5 anthology. You have time right now to order the Jackson 5 anthology CD and be able to tap directly into that. Don't even go into the streaming aspect because there's energies tied to that as well. But it's all about new beginnings. And the bottom line is we get to choose what our new beginning looks like. We get to have a new beginning every day, every hour, every second, and every moment, if need be. We are the writers of our own story. We are the main stars. We get to choose our co-stars and those who continue to help us with the storyline. So, and it can all be so lovely. That is what I'm learning, that every aspect of myself, is lovely. And that wasn't always what I believed, you know. But I'm Letitia Lovely for a reason. And part of that is to encourage you to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are moving toward your best and most amazing, lovely life.